So I just want to walk through the Neodent Surgical Kit that I use for placing the GM Helix implant. So it comes in it's compact, sterilizable case, and it has everything in here that you need to drill the osteotomy and place the implants. So on first glance, it may appear there's a number of components and it can be difficult to make sense of what everything does, but it's actually a very intuitive and well laid out kit, color coded. And if we start at the top, we have the precision drill with laser markings, and we have a nice image here which relates the laser markings to the appropriate lengths, so you can drill the osteotomy to the appropriate length. And so that's here, down here, and this is the precision drill. And then moving along, it goes from 2 all the way up to a 7, although there's no 7mm drill on this kit. So the 2mm twist drill, and then 3.5, 3.75, 4, 4.35 and 6 are tapered drills, and I would use them at about 800 RPM. And then there's a set of drills below that, and these are the plus drills, and again going up from 3.5 plus to 5.0 plus, and they would be utilised in denture bone, usually encountered in the mandible. And then the next row below that, again, you can see the colour coding that makes it just very much easy to follow, easier on the eye. We have these countersink burrs that can allow you to just prep the crestal bone to prevent any sort of crestal bone compression as you place and seat the implant home. And then the bottom row, we have a nice selection of color-coded direction indicators. Then up here on the left, we have a latch grip drill extender, which is always useful. And here we have the latch grip implant insertion tool, and it has laser markings, again, to allow good visual aid to the depth of placement of the dental implant. And then we have the driver. So one driver fits all, cover screws, healing abutments, the multi-units, the prosthetic screws, and it's a star shaped. And then we have another attachment which I have to be honest, I wouldn't use very commonly. If you were looking to place the implant by hand, it fits a latch grip, and so you can screw the implant in with your hands. And then we have square attachments. Again, these are square attachments of various length, do the same things, and these attachments are to place the implant. So this square attachment fits into the torque wrench, which sits below this tray, and I'll just show you that in a second. And then this tool is really quite neat. This screws directly into the implant, and these markings then will allow you to visualize the depth of the placement to pick the appropriate abutment. And then we have these two instruments, which are osteotomy guide pins with angulated heads at the top, and the yellow is the 30 degree and the blue is the 17 degree. And then under this tray, we've got a couple of useful tools. One is the torque wrench, and it's sort of a standard sort of design of torque wrench with a variable spring to allow you to then assess the torque of the dental implant placed. This arrow needs to be towards you if you're torquing it in, and here you can see demonstrated the square attachment fits into the torque wrench to allow you to seat the implant home finally and record that. And then final piece of kit is the Osteotomy Explorer, and again it's got laser markings that refer to the markings on the Explorer that tells you the depth. So that is the Neodent Surgical Kit, really quite compact, a nifty kit, and although it appears that there's numerous bits of sort of drill bits in it, it's actually really easy to follow, color coded, and really quite a simple kit for the GM Helix implant. Onto the Neodent restorative kit, again, compact, sterilizable case. And inside this kit, we have, again, a number of components that will assist in the restorative elements of the Neodent implant. So, torque wrench is here, just the same one as we saw in the surgical kit. So it takes a square attachment, and the square attachments are here at the top. Again, they come in small, medium and large, and just fits nicely in. It's a tight friction fit, so there's no risk of it falling in the patient's mouth. Okay, so just pop this back. So we've got the square attachments, and then these two components, one is a square attachment and the other one is for a latch grip, so you can put it on the handpiece. And these two are to tighten the straight multi-unit abutments. So these two, latch and a square, are to tighten the multi-unit abutments, the straight multi-unit abutments. Note that the angled multi-unit abutments are screwed, so there's a little screw in the angled multi-unit abutments, and they can be tightened with this driver or these drivers here. But the straight, you need this attachment. So this is for the prosthetic screws that Neodent use, and we've got latch grip drivers again of different sizes, which is quite good because often you need that variety for in terms of lengths when you have maybe got difficult access, or you've got maybe increased restorative space, so you need a longer driver. So obviously we have the torque wrench here again. It's the same torque wrench that you have in your surgical kit. Then along the top we have these attachments that are used to tighten the screws. So it's one driver that fits all screws. So we've got this star-shaped driver, and this fits a latch grip, and again it comes in a variety of sizes, which is really useful either in patients that you maybe have difficult with access, or some patients, they have a prosthesis that has quite a large restorative space, so you need that flexibility to be able to use a short driver or a longer driver. And then moving along, we've got these two attachments. Again, one is a latch and one is a square attachment that fits onto the torque wrench, and this is used to torque down the straight multi-units. Now remember, the straight multi-units, this component directly fits over the hex of the straight multi-unit, but the angled multi-units have a screw and they are tightened with this driver. Then moving along, we've got some more drivers, and these are square attachment drivers, okay? And again, we've got long, medium and short, and again they fit into the torque wrench, just like that. And it's a nice friction fit, so there's no risk of that falling into the patient's mouth. And then moving along, the last few components, again, just as we had in the surgical kit, we have this device which is a depth indicator with laser markings to allow selection. So it screws into the implant, allows you to select the appropriate abutment height. And then moving along, we've got this attachment, and this is just a sort of a tool to allow you to convert the square attachment to a nice, easy to use hand driver. And finally, we have another final driver in the kit. And that completes the Neodent GM Restorative Kit.